What's up, everyone? This is Roy from Traklife, and I'm here with the one and only Freddy Bam Bam. Freddy Bam Bam.
Freddy Bam Bam. we with Roy right now on Traklife.
Yes. Loving the energy. Thank you so much for coming to the studio and hanging out, man.
Thank you, Papa. I appreciate it.
How's your summer been?
It's been hot. You know, how's yours been?
Oh, it's been hot as well. 100 degrees, hot, 112 degrees, all of it. Dry heat.
Yeah.
It's been a thing. But did you do anything fun? Any fun plans or anything? Or just in the studio cooking up music? Or
we went to for Vegas. We went to Vegas for my birthday. So all my boys, all my family, all the producers, everybody, we went to Vegas, and it was a good time. We got to celebrate, a little bit.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to start off with Freddy Bam Bam. So where did that name originate from? It's very catchy. I like it. Where did that come from?
Thank you, man. My dad was calling me Freddy Bitty Bitty Bam Bam. It's like Selena.
Like Selena, yeah.
And yeah, because I don't speak fluent Spanish. So I started doing Spanish music, and he's like, Freddy Bitty Bitty Bam Bam. And I was like, oh, it's kind of dope. So I took out the Bitty Bitty and I went, Freddy Bam Bam. And that's how that happened, man.
Wow. So, okay.
Pretty much how it happened.
And with that name, you've accomplished so much so far in your career. You've been listened to over 42 countries on Spotify. Your music has been featured in Grownish. It's been featured in the Bel-Air show, El Pollo Loco commercials, 2, I think, right?
Yeah.
2 El Pollo Loco commercials. How did all of that come about with that? Like, what was that process like?
Yeah, God is amazing. I think that once, we started rolling out the records, and it just started, happening organically, making connections with different companies, doing different sync stuff. So I have 4 different contracts with different sync companies. And yeah, I actually got 3 commercials with the Pollo Loco. 2 are nationwide. The other one's going to happen September 6th. And then the other 2 just happened already. So yeah, the nationwide ones are the big ones. So my name's on all of them. My voice is all of them. So I'm like, hell yeah, like we'll take that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it.
And with that, how do you know when you submit those records, is it like, okay, I want this record I think this would sound good with the TV, or do you just go in and just, submit all of them and just
That's
like,
a great, bro, I love this question. So as a songwriter, like when I'm creating the records, let's say like with those 3 specific, I made 3 with Marmoset. I made them with the company. So they broke it down for me how to make sync records. So once I started focusing on that, like, hey, this is how you make them. This is what you should do. This is how you do it. These are the words you should use. I'm like, ooh, like I just soaked up the game, screenshotted them, talked about it, really like went in on it. Now I know how to make sync records, not only for just in general, but like, yeah, anything like country, pop. You could take songwriting in anything. You just add a different type of beat to it, right?
Right.
It can go for any type of style. So once they showed me that, I'm grateful that they showed me that. Now I know that style, boom, I can apply it to anything, and to hit records to anything. It's just a formula that they use, and then now I know how to do that, so it's all good.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And then with that too, on top of all of that success, you've also performed at Cali Bash, which is a huge event. Very, 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 very huge. How did that come about with Cali Bash?
All right, that was crazy. So Cali Bash happened because there was a competition, and remember, I'm not fluent Spanish, right? So I was going up against, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, like I was going to everybody. I'm like, dang, like I'm the only Mexican dude. I don't speak fluent Spanish, so it was, I was like, dang. But my boy that I really work closely with, Gito Baby, Jorge, he's the one that, he does cover arts. He helps me write all the records. He does so much stuff at the back end. All the content I post, he does it as well. We work on every record together. So me and him, he's the one that taught me the sauce on. We went to Puerto Rico. He's like, you got to study this. This is how you do it. This is how you do reggaeton. This is how you do this. I was like studying it, soaking it in. I was like, okay, cool. Once I learned it, started applying it, started making records like that. I started doing that. We did a competition, played the records. They're like, oh, we had a competition. Like it was like 4 of us, or 6, I think. I sang it. Everyone sang live. Boom. I did English and Spanish. Damn, we won it. Because we won the competition, I was able to perform at Cali Bash. We got a interview on the radio as well. It was dope. I was like, hell yeah. So it was a good time.
Awesome. And with reggaeton, it sounds like your music is a good clash of reggaeton and R&B. So where is that inspiration come from? Like how did you want to blend those two together? Kind of a thing.
Honestly, bro, you're killing it with these questions right now. Like my mind's just going. I love this stuff right here. So with me, like growing up, I always wanted to sing like my mom because my mom sang in church, and I always wanted to be an R&B singer because my mom can like sing. So from that, like all my first albums were like Usher, Confessions, and I got Mario. Like I wanted to be a singer, but I wasn't ready yet. And then it ended up being just me being a rapper, and then being Latino. I listened to reggaeton, I listened to banda, cumbias, all that stuff. And then just from that, it all came together. And then boom, just ended up making Freddy Bam Bam. And then now, we're trying to make that commercial pop records for all the companies like that, So hopefully,
And with that clash of music, who would you say are some of your inspirations? Because I've seen, you rock some Party Next Door merchandise, some Weekend merchandise.
Yeah.
I see you. So what's
So my favorite artists are Drake, Party, Weekend, and then I have a trap soul album like Canvas, Bryson
Tiller.
Sorry, Bryson Tiller. I have that.
Okay.
And then my girl got me myself. She put I had a performance. She got me myself. I never thought of putting myself as an inspiration on that, and it was crazy. I was like, oh dang! But if you really look at all the artists I have, it's all Drake, Weekend, Party, and Bryson. Those are like the biggest artists I listen to. But I've studied everybody, to be honest. Like studied how to write and how to make music. Yeah. So for sure, everybody. Yeah.
That's crazy. And okay, so favorite Drake album?
Oh, I have it. Scorpion.
Really?
It's a big debate because everyone's like, yo, you should have Take Care. I love Take Care. I was in high school when Take Care came out. And I was like, yo, this is fire. Like, I loved it. But man, when Scorpion came out, I was able to, I already had my skills up to that level where I'm like, all these are hits, like concept, structure, how many songs he has, what type of songs he has. I'm like, nah, that whole album is a smash.
Okay, side A or side B?
Ooh, I think side B, yeah.
Okay, yeah. The slow side. Okay, I see you, yeah.
My boy got the good questions. Traklife. Freddy Bam Bam. This is fire.
Yeah. Yeah, and then so with your music, I've seen you recently, you collaborate frequently with 900 Vibes and Isaac James. So how did you guys link up with it?
Sick. So at that time, I just want to put this out there. A lot of people don't know this. I was sleeping on the floor at the same time that this happened. And I was in Pico Rivera, sleeping on the floor. Me and my family were living in the back house at my grandma's. Like, we're all sleeping in the living room.
Yeah.
I was sleeping in the kitchen. And my best friend was working at a gym. His friend that was at the gym was like, I have a producer named 900 Vibes. He's dope. He's my homie. You should link up. Boom, I linked to 900 Vibes. At that same time, I went to Atlantic Records. They heard one of my records. I started writing for artists. So I did 12 songs in 2 sessions. And
That's
I wrote
wild.
hooks. I just wrote hooks when I went there. And they're like, dang, that's a lot. I was like, let's get it. At that same time, I went to Power 106 and I did a freestyle battle, all while finals was going on when I was in college. It was the weirdest situation you could ever be put in. I thank God now I'm like, dang, that was a lot. Like, taking all of it in. But that's how I met 900 Vibes. And from there, we started cooking up after that. And then from that, we made Aquí Ahora. And when Aquí Ahora came out, my boy Isaac James heard it. And I was interning. And when I was interning, I was giving out chips and water. And people were getting feedback on records. And shout out to Create Digital. They let me intern. And with that, like, I got to like hear, A&Rs and all, people talk about records and concepts and all this stuff that I didn't know about, like how it worked. I just love music. I just want to learn it. From that, Isaac James, I guess, heard it when I don't know how he heard it, but he was there.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, I heard you do, Spanish music. Can we work on some stuff? Literally, I didn't really speak fluent. And then, that's how I met him. And then now we have a whole catalog of records. Yeah.
That's crazy.
We got the Bel-Air one, Need You. I wrote it about my girlfriend, Vanessa. That's how we got that one. We got the 2 Pollo Loco nationwide ones, and then the other commercial as well. So with Pollo Loco.
That's great. And then Tell Myself, right, which is one of your most like emotional.
Bro, I
yeah.
was just about to talk. So Tell Myself, to me, Tell Myself is one of the most emotional, heartfelt songs that I feel ever. Yeah. And I think that song can relate to a lot of people. I think I got a lot of DMs, texts about like, yo, when I'm having a bad day, I listen to Tell Myself, because sometimes you just need to tell yourself, like, you're going to be okay. You're going to be all right. But it has that West Coast feel. So you're like, yo, like you're jamming out. And that's probably that's my favorite record out right now, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a really, really great record.
Thank you so much.
I have no words other than great. It's just
thank you, man.
Chef's kiss. And with that, like with the lyrics being emotional and stuff, then you have it kind of like the West Coast vibe. What, I'm trying to word this right. how do you know what the lyrics or the songs that you write go to a specific beat? Like, how do you know you want to make it like a West Coast type of a beat, or how do you know you want to make it that, up more slower kind of a song?
That's an amazing question. The reason why I say that, because with that song specifically, I wrote 2 songs at the same time as I made that one. They were all to dance hall. I love dance hall. So I love dance hall records. I wrote that to a dance hall YouTube beat. So yeah, intoxicated, I'm feeling faded and jaded. I did that to a dance hall one, and I had it for years. I write every day, so I just store them in my mind or store them in my voice notes or whatever the case may be. And Isaac James sent me the track. He's like, "Hey, I got this one. Let's see if you like it." And Isaac James from Chicago, so he's like, he loves West Coast stuff. He's like, "Hey, I made this song. Let's see if you like this one." He sent it to me, and I was like, right when I heard that, I went, "Oh boy!" I was like, "Yo, I got some. Give me some time." Right away, I went through. If I can't come with it on the spot, it's something that I already have from what I feel like God blessed me with that melody vibes. And I ended up having that song already done. So technically, all that was already written. He sent me the track.
Crazy.
It fit, not just tempo wise, but feeling. And I think the biggest thing is feeling, right? Tempo
energy.
can be changed all the time, but the feeling is going to stay the same.
That energy,
and I think
yeah.
that that's how that one happened. So and when we were writing "Tell Myself," I technically wrote it like, "I need you to myself." And my boy Jito Baby, the one I always work with, he's like, "Did you say tell myself?" I was like, "No, I need you to myself." He's like, "You should put tell myself because that'll relate way more." Boom, switched it. I need you to tell myself. I was like, "That's money." Boom, that's it. Done deal. That's how we got that one. So yeah, he sent me the track. It was done to, I love dancehall. So I write to a lot of dancehall tracks, to be honest.
Okay.
That feeling that comes from those tracks is just different. Like,
Yeah, like, One Dance, Drake, right?
Controller. Like
Controller,
was when
yeah.
I think I put a tweet. It was like, my goal is to top Controller. Like, I want to write a better song than Controller. I already, I feel like I passed that on my level, like writing wise. And then it's like, now the next step is always to write something better, right, than your favorite song.
Right.
So it's like, yeah.
Always pushing yourself. That's
Always
so dope, man. And then with that music, I saw, you're trying to make your way into the country type of music, getting into your country era, I guess you would say. What was the inspiration behind getting into country?
I love
wanting
this.
to do it.
So technically, my boy, he's my boss, but at the end of the day, he's my boy too. He put me on to an artist, and one of the songs was "Wasted on You," and I was like Morgan Wallen, and I was like, "Yo, we're in the." He's like, "Hey, check this out," and we're at the bar. And like, it's like, I don't always wake up in the morning, pour myself a strong one. Although when I get lonely, I do. I was like, I was like, bro, what is this or who is this? And I was like, I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then I started diving into country and studying everything I do, every record I check, or if the producers tell me study this artist, study this producer, I really go in and I study it. What do they do? How do they do it? And I went in on country, and because of that, I learned how to write it. I learned how to deliver it. I'm Mexican, so I don't give it too much of a, too much where it's like, oh, you're being fake. No, I give it that feel that it needs to have. And then, I think I fell in love with it so much that, I have multiple records for that. And one of them we just sent for sync. It's called Good Time. And already multiple companies are looking at it. And all the companies that look at it are like Knott's Berry Farm, right? Instagram, like those companies are looking at those records. And I make them sync friendly and then dope enough for people to bump them at the same time. So
streaming platforms,
that's the writing key on that one.
And what is, when, let's say you do say, like El Pollo Loco, for example, right? What is it like when they tell you that you got, that commercial? Is it just through an email saying, hey, like, we like your song? Boom, bada bing, bada boom.
Oh yeah. It's a third party because like I have 4 different contracts with different companies for sync companies. Like it's 4 different sync companies I have. Yeah. And that's one of them that gets it. Shout out to Marmoset. They're the ones that landed it for us, and we got 3 of them with them. So 2 nationwide, and then 1 that was just like internet. Yeah. And the next one's September 6th. So that one's gonna be everywhere on everything, every TV show, everything you can think of, you'll see it. The last one for Ritmo, my song, that one was on everything. Same thing with this next one on September 6th. It'll be on like everything for those. But they're the ones that showed me how to like lock in the sync. Like this is how you do it. Like records like this is how you do it. I'm like, oh, I soaked in the game, learned how to write it, and now I can write anything. So I applied that to country. I applied that to 80s music, like 80s. I love 80s is my favorite genre. So So I have so much 80s music ready to go. Like that is, I go to 80s concerts with my family. I take my mom and dad, and we go to Stevie B. He's like my favorite 80s. Like, dude, like, I'm a huge 80s fan. So I learned how to do that, rap, pop, R&B, like every single style. So when it comes to Freddy Bam Bam, yeah, we'll do the Spanglish. Like that's how we come out, boom. But I also got country phase, 80s phase. We got rap phase, R&B, pop. We got everything. So we're ready to rock and roll.
Is there a genre or a phase that you would like to endeavor into at one point, maybe in the future,
That I haven't done yet?
that you have not done? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that maybe like maybe like SoFi. I think that one's like I gotta study it enough to get like SoFi. Like
Yeah.
what is it? Yeah, like that. Not so. What is it called?
Like
Not
lo-fi?
Lo-fi.
Lo-fi
I'm
hip-hop.
thinking movies. But
SoFi Stadium.
Lo-fi. Like I'm thinking like Lo-fi would be a great one where it's like, oh, like how do you capture that feeling? Because that one looks like it's all feeling. How do I get that feeling across with records? So I think that one would be a great challenge where it's like, oh, let me see how I can do this real quick. Yeah. But the reason why I say sci-fi is because I write everything like a movie. So when I write it, I make the structure of the song melodically, right? But then I see how can I make this a movie because it helps me write it. So it's like, yo, is it a sci-fi movie? Is it a drama? Is it a, whatever the case may be? And I write it like that.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a little bit into your writing process. That's incredible. So with the last record that you did, what kind of mindset did you have at the time? With
the one I just dropped, No Waiting. That one was fun because it was a mix. Two producers, 900 Vibes, Transcend Music. They played a song in the studio, but it's kind of like dance hall mixed with hip hop.
Yeah.
So it was like I didn't know how to feel, so I just went in, did a scan. And I was like, yeah, show me what what I've been missing so I can decide. And I just mixed like hip hop and it. And I didn't know, I went off of it, boom, it got done. And they were like, hey, I like this. They chopped it up, did this. Okay, re-sing it, done. And I think having producers is a big help because it's not just off of me. It's like the producer's like, hey, re-sing this, add this dub, do this harmony, add this. What do you think about this? And we talk about it. Okay, cool, let's do it. And I think it's not just me like, hey, I want this. No, like I know when I need to take a step back and like, hey, what do you guys think? They go over it. Okay, let's do this. That's how that one happened.
And then with that, when you first started with your music and up until now, is there anything that that you've learned over the years that you now master that at first you couldn't master?
Oh, big time. The biggest thing was I've said this story before, but I always wanted to be a singer. So my mom was driving, and I was trying to sing the "You Remind Me" by Usher. Yeah. You remind me of a girl that I once knew. I tried to sing that, but it was super off key, and my mom was like, "Don't ever do that again." So I was like, all right. So I started rapping. I was like, all right, she said it. So I started rapping and like pop locking and stuff. And I was like, all right, this would be my lane. But when I met 900 Vibes, he really took the time. And the second song we made was called All Day. I just re-recorded it now, but it's a very pop record. And I didn't know how to use my voice like that because everything was rap.
Yeah.
So he gave me pop songs and he's like, this is how you do it. He vocal produced me. Do this harmony. This is how you do this, how you do this. And from working for years now with me and him, I know how to do harmonies. I know how to do all that stuff, concept, all this stuff. And yeah, it took it to another level of writing, and not only just for rap, but for any songwriting. At the end of the day, it can be anything. It could be off of, the goal is to make it off a piano and it's a hit. You can play it off a piano, you can add, it can be any genre after that. So it can be country, it can be pop. As long as the song's written in a certain way, it could be a hit. And then to use my tone. I love your tone, by the way. When you talk, you have a nice tone. So like you can be on anything, bro. You sound good. So when you have that tone, that blessing that God gave you with that tone, you could do anything, bro, with that voice wise. So when you use that and you can apply it to whatever genre, just play with it. Your voice is an instrument. Use it. Yeah, take advantage of it.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, is there? Wow, that was so insightful. Is there? What else is coming up for you besides, you got the new Pollo Loco commercial coming out September 6th. What else? Yeah. What else does Freddy Bam Bam have lined up?
Oh, so we got a couple of music videos done already, and I think we just took a step back to just see where we're going with it, right? Because I think the issue, I mean, it's not an issue, it's technically a blessing, right? We have so much where it's the country, 80s, pop, rap. We have so much unreleased. I have 200 unreleased songs. because I mix so much, it's like, what are we concentrating on? What's the niche, right, for a fan base to get created off of, right?
Right.
But it's like, to me, it's like, I just want to continue to be creative and put out what I can. So sometimes, we'll pick records that we want, but we might shoot for the song called Elevator. Elevator is a great record. It was written when me and my boy, my best friend Georgie, we were in Vegas and we were going up and down the elevator and we were kind of lit. We're in Vegas and we just forgot what floor we're on. I think it happens to a lot of people. And we're just going up and down and we just don't remember where we're at. And that's what the song's about, just trying to find our floor, to be honest. And it was a good time. But yeah, I think that's the next song that we're gonna probably drop. But we have a lot, man. So it's like,
so much.
At the end of the day, it might change. But yeah, man. But we have a lot of Spanglish. We got Spanish. We got reggaeton, Spanish pop, rap. We got everything. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And the companies love it. All these companies that sync stuff, and they're the ones that really like all these records. So I'm like, cool. Like, let's do it.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think you're gonna go so far. It's just,
appreciate you, man.
Your music is very catchy. It's awesome. And so obviously, TVs, commercials, they all love it. So I can't wait to see you thrive and succeed in the future.
Thank you so much.
You're gonna do amazing things. So Freddy Bam Bam, thank you so much for coming
Freddy
in.
Bam
This is
Bam.
Roy from Traklife. Thank you so much again.
Are you coming to the next session or what?
I mean,
Yeah.
you said it, so
Yeah. The next saying, so I say, Freddy Bam Bam. The next one I came up with was, they know Bam Bam from LA. So that's going to be the next one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. I see you. All right. Well, Freddy Bam Bam, thank you again, man. We really appreciate you being here. And
Traklife.
best of luck to everything, man.
Thank you, bro.
You are amazing.
You're the
Thank
man.
you. No, you're the man. So